Hello and welcome back to another FPL video, my second one of the day. You can tell I got a day off today, and of course this is the big one. It is my team selection ahead of game week 2, where of course I'm going to be talking about what transfers I'm looking at bringing into game week 2, what formation I'm going to do, am I going to stick with that 3-5-2, and of course more importantly, who is going to be in that starting 11. But before I go through all of that, of course, let's look back on how I got on in game week 1, which as you can already see, and that's 76 points for the game week, which, to be fair, I'm pretty happy with that, to be fair. Quite a few of my players have got clean sheets or got some returns there, so pretty happy with that. Just over 1.4 million in the world, which isn't too bad for game week 1. Of course, you don't win FPL in game week 1. You got another 37 game weeks to go before you actually win it, so good start, really happy with that. So then in goal, obviously I went with Jordan Pickford, and I'm not going to lie, I'm actually gutted that he only got 2 points. I was really sure that Everton would get that 1-0 win. I mean, just imagine if the referee actually gave that goal, which was a goal for Everton, and they went 1-0 up. I think that game could have changed completely, but unfortunately it didn't happen. Pickford did give away the goal, and he's unfortunately given us 2 points. In defence, I've got obviously Saliba. Pretty happy with that with 5 points. I mean, again, a bit surprising that Arsenal conceded, to be fair, but to get that assist, happy with that. Unfortunately, Gabriel news did actually come out just before the deadline, so quite a lot of people did swap Gabriel for Saliba, which is a bit frustrating because obviously I've been going on about Saliba all summer, whereas I know a lot of other people wanted Gabriel, and unfortunately, due to that dropping, we don't know, is that what we call it, because I don't think it was really an injury, then everybody went on to Saliba, so those 5 points didn't really give me much of a boost, really. Just imagine if, obviously, everybody else went for Gabriel and got 1 point. That would have been a lot better for me, but I can't do anything about that. Now, the other centre-half for Kanji, I mean, I was always confident that, obviously, Man City would get a clean sheet against Burnley. It's all about who's going to start. Now, I had Kyle Walker right to the deadline, and I changed it right at the end. I don't know why. I don't know, I guess I panicked really. I wasn't quite sure whether he would start. I don't know why, because he's one of their key men. Obviously, there were talks about him leaving. Looks like he's going to stay now. But I gambled and went for a Kanji, but either way, happy. No yellow card, clean sheet, that'll do me. And then lastly, Estupiñán. I mean, 7 points, yeah, it's great. He's just so highly owned. It really didn't make a difference. But, you know, the higher the score, the better it looks, I'd say. So, yeah. For all of his guys who got him, yeah, it completely worked out. 7 points, no clean sheet. That is a great performance. Then you got obviously Marcus Rashford in my midfield. I mean, Man United. I mean, in my prediction video, I did say about Man United, I weren't confident about them at all this season, about how they're going to finish. I do think top 4 still, but yeah, they were really disappointing against Wolves. But it's fair, Wolves were really good. Considering I think they're going to get relegated, well, they looked a lot better than I thought they would. So yeah, really disappointed in Rashford's performance. He went off early as well, which was a surprise. He very rarely gets subbed off when he did. So that was a surprise. So yeah, unfortunately just the 3 points for him. And with Fernandes, that was obviously a surprise as well. But you know, the whole performance from Man United was poor. So again, surprising with Fernandes also getting 3 points. But both of them again are highly owned. So I guess it didn't affect me too much. Matoma, I mean, good performance again from him. Brighton, they look really good, let's face it. 5 points. A bit gutted he got a yellow card. You know, I mean, 6.5 million midfielder. Quite a few of them actually performed quite well. There was this big thing, like, which one's going to be the right one. Most of them performed really well, to be fair. And, you know, Matoma, of course, was one of them. Just imagine if I went for Solly March when because he got that goal, didn't he? But I'll take Matoma. I'll take the 5 points. Happy with that. Obviously, it could have been more, but, you know, we'll see how he gets on next week, if he plays. And then my other 2 midfielders, obviously, the Arsenal guys. Odegaard, I was a little bit disappointed. I mean, especially at the end, he could have, that shot right at the end, I thought that might have gone in, but no, it went sky high, or was it just wide, whatever it was. But, yeah, I really needed him to score, because obviously there's a lot of debate on which Arsenal players to go for. A lot of people went for Saliba for obvious reasons in the end. Saka, of course, is a certainty. And it's either, obviously, Martinelli or Odegaard. I went for the Odegaard pick. Martinelli did get that amazing, should I say, assist. So, obviously, people got Martinelli ahead of Odegaard. Are 1 up at the minute. But we'll see how he gets on, because I do like Arsenal's next couple of fixtures. So, I'm reluctant to get rid of him. But You never know, I could easily change my mind. And then obviously strikers, I mean, I barely spoke about Haaland all summer because we all know what's going to happen. He's going to absolutely smash it. And again, he's just proven us all correct. He is going to smash it. 2 goals for him against Burnley. I mean, that second goal, I've got to give it to him. That was a cracking finish. So yeah, great performance from Haaland. 26 points. Looks like he's going to continue where he left off last season. And then Pedro for Brighton. Changed it right at the end of this one as well. I did have Dominic Calvert-Lewin, but I don't know what it was. Obviously, I saw Sean Dyche go on about him, saying he's not match fit. And to be honest, that meant I just thought he was going to be on the bench. I didn't think he wasn't even going to be in the squad. So thankfully, I did make that change. Brought in Pedro. I brought him in because of the Luton game, if I'm being honest. I felt like that was the best fixture of the weekend, which I was surprised to find out it wasn't. It was actually the Villa game, where obviously Newcastle battered them. But yeah, Pedro, he did really well. 7 points, scored a penalty. I mean, he missed a sitter though, which is a bit gutting really, because he could have got even more. But that's all in hindsight, eh? So yeah, 7 points, so I'll take that. We're benched as well. I mean, most of them didn't perform. Obviously, Henry did. He got the 4 points, so he got an assist. I couldn't believe it. But you know, rest of my defenders, I mean, I was always confident going for a back 3. So out of the other 3, he was the worst performer. So basically, I'll take it as a pass, even though he scored more than a couple of midfielders. Reece James, I mean, I'll talk about him in a bit later, but yeah, 2 points for him. Yeah, went off early. And then obviously, Woodrow, 1 point. I mean, I weren't expecting much from him, let's be honest. So yeah, I mean, I wasn't expecting much from Woodrow, to be honest. He's third sub for a reason. But yeah, overall, it's only 6 points. Happy with that. And finally, the main event, my team selection for game week 2. In goal, Turner. Obviously, I was going to go for Turner ahead of Pickford. Nottingham Forest got Sheffield United, who don't look great right now. Obviously, they are at home as well, which gives them an extra bonus there. Pickford, he's away to Aston Villa. Now, Aston Villa just got spanked by Newcastle. There's no way they're not going to react to that. They're going to smash Everton, I reckon. So no chance in hell I'm going for an Everton defender there. With my defence then, I've gone for a 3 at the back, so it's going to be the same as it was last week, 3-5-2 formation. Saliba starting, of course he is, rock solid defender. I'm expecting a clean sheet this time though. Crystal Palace away, it's difficult to go there, but I'm confident Arsenal have a good enough squad to keep them quiet. Their strikers aren't exactly the best, so I think they'll be alright there. Ben Chilwell, he is going to be in my team. I'm 95% certain, but right now it is technically Reece James. West Ham away. I mean, is that a tough one? We don't know yet. It'll be interesting to see if Quetta starts though, with all that Man City news. And obviously the Maguire didn't go through, so they're not got that new centre back they wanted. So I think Chelsea will do West Ham here. I think it'll be a comfortable 2-0 win, but again, it's away, it's a bit frustrating. I think pretty much majority of these players are going to be away. And then finally here, I've got Espinan, whatever you say his name. Brighton got Wolves away. I've already mentioned Wolves look much better than we anticipated, so it's going to be a difficult one, but obviously so many people own this guy. It really does not make much of a difference. Is he going to be in my team all season like Trippier was last season? No, he's not. I'll probably take him out in a couple of weeks' time when Brighton's fixtures get a bit tougher, but for now, I mean, his attacking returns, you can't take him out, can you? With my midfield, 5 in midfield again. Marcus Rashford, Bruno Fernandes, both of them in my team. I'm still not confident about this one. Obviously, I've got Luis Diaz in my team here. I've not made the transfer yet, but I'm still I'm not comfortable with both of these Man United pairings in my team after that performance in game week 1. Now, Spurs, I mean, they looked alright against Brentford, I guess, but at the back, I think they're going to be exposed, which is another reason why I'm considering keeping Rashford and Fernandes. I reckon they're going to go counter-attacking on Spurs, and I do think that's the way I'm going to get the points there. So I might just slug it out and keep Rashford and Fernandes for another game week. We'll see how they get on, but obviously Forest is game week 3 for them, so that's a decent fixture. So they're a bit of a headbang in Man United in a minute, but yeah, Rashford and Fernandes are in my team right now. I've got Luis Diaz in here. At the minute, it's still Matoma. But I just wanted to see how it looks. Obviously, it looks nice seeing a person with a home fixture. The only other guy he's got one is my goalkeeper and my striker. But yeah, Obviously, I've spoken about it already. Bournemouth fixture. It's a nice fixture for Liverpool. Ideally, I would like a Liverpool player. I'm just debating whether to take that -4 hit so soon in the season. And then finally there, you got the Saka and the Odegaard combination there. Gonna keep them for another week. Obviously, Saka's gonna stay. Let's face it. Odegaard's the iffy one still. Don't know what to do with him just yet. Crystal Palace away. I think Arsenal, like I said before, win comfortably 2-0. Hopefully Odegaard gets both those goals because Saka's obviously highly owned, so I'm not too fussed if he blanks and obviously Odegaard scores. I'll be buzzing. And then my strikers, I've got Erling Haaland. Obviously, I was going to say obviously he's my captain. I'm just having a look at the team. Obviously he's going to be my captain because look at those fixtures. There's too many fixtures away from home. He's the one guy at home. The only issue is obviously Man City just played it in the Super Cup against Seville. And obviously he did start the game, played the full game. So whether he'll start... I mean, Alvarez played a few minutes. It's a tough one, really. I do think that Pep's going to start him because remember last season, I'm going to drop him. I'm going to rest him. I don't want him to get injured. And he starts him pretty much every game. Pretty much. And then finally, Pedro at Brighton. Obviously, he's going to stay in. Great performance against Luton. Hopefully, he can do it against Wolves. Tougher defence, though. Craig Dawson's always been a pain in the backside, really. So, hopefully, he can get past him. But we'll have to see. But confidence-wise in that team, I mean, I'd like a few of those fixtures changed to a H rather than A. That just means, obviously, I've only got 3 players. But for sure, anyway, that are at home. Whether I'll go for Diaz is another thing, but yeah, looks like Chilwell deal will go 3 for me. Obviously, the rest of my bench, Henry, Fulham away. I was just not confident about that one. I was surprised about Fulham beat, obviously, Everton, and obviously Fulham are at home, so I'll give that one a miss for Henry. And then Akanji, I put him on my bench. Played like the rest of them, 90 minutes against Seville in the Super Cup. They've got options at the back, Man City. He could just drop him. I mean, John Stones is out injured. Don't know much about, what's his name? Diaz, his Portuguese centre-half. Ruben Diaz, that's it. I don't know, mind blank there. Whether he'll start, I'm just not confident. And either way, Newcastle's a tough game. It is a tough game, so whether he'll get a clean sheet, it's not worth it. I prefer the other 3 instead, so he's going to be on bench. And obviously Luton, unfortunately their game was cancelled because they've got to fix up the stadium before the start of the season. So he's going to blank either way, but I was never going to put him in my team. He's literally just there because he's a cheap striker. Barely anybody owns him because so that means the chances of him going down in value is going to be pretty slim. So overall, ahead of game week 2, how confident am I? Not as confident as I was for game week 1. Fingers crossed it all works out fine. I'll end up deciding probably right at the deadline whether to go for that -4 hit though, but we'll have to see. But overall, I want to get this game week done with, to be honest. I'm not confident at all. I'm relying mostly on the Manchester boys. Well, even then they're highly owned. Basically, Odegaard is probably the only one that I'm really hoping that smash it. If you look at it, most of the others are probably templates. So, should I really go for Diaz? And at least I'll have a second player that's not in the template, so it makes it a bit more interesting for me. But anyways, that is it now for this video. Do let me know what you think of this team. Let me know what you think is good or bad about it. Please don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel. And I'll see you on the next one. And good luck for game week 2.